Welcome back to AM Northwest. You know, do you have a little voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough, you can't do it, that you'll never be loved? Well, that voice is likely the result of trauma. Here to share how we can rewrite our negative thoughts, we welcome back the author of The Truth About Trauma, Dr. Lisa Collins. Good to have you back again.
Thank you for having me.
We do kind of often live with the trauma that we experienced as a childhood, and we repeat the negative things we heard from our parents or our friends, right?
Well, we do. It gets lodged in our system, so to speak.
Right.
And then it becomes part of our personality when really it doesn't need to be.
Right, and I think it stops us from really achieving our best.
I think
it holds us back.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think that if it's not saying I love you, you're amazing,
right,
you look great, if it's saying if you're hearing negative thoughts on a regular basis, those can be removed.
So you have some ideas, and one of the things you say is to briefly touch on 3 healing levels as kind of a little refresher for yourself to calm yourself down.
Right. The 3 healing levels
yeah,
are first your body, paying attention to body sensations.
Like what?
Like if you feel uncomfortable or you don't like an environment, we are usually taught to ignore that.
Right.
You know,
we do need to pay more attention to how our body reacts, our gut reacts, sometimes more before our head does.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, and then you say to pay attention to mind patterns.
Mind patterns, thinking. Like if it's a negative thought that keeps coming through your head, or like you're not good enough, or you messed that up again, why did you do it that way? Those kind of negative messages coming over and over in your mind.
Right.
You don't look good, why are you wearing that? Then those can be interrupted. If they're not positive, if it's not I love you,
yeah,
you're awesome, it's not you.
You say positive recognition with mind, body, and spirit. That's what we kind of need to think about.
Right. We want to connect our body to pay attention to it.
Okay.
We want to clear our mind of negative diatribes, negative thoughts, patterns, and then we want to reconnect with our spirit, with our soul, with our purpose.
You say it's basically rewriting the thoughts that you have. So you have to really stop yourself. I mean, this has to be, you're really observing what you're doing. I mean, that takes a lot of thought.
It does.
Yeah.
It's the thinking, like, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I was uncomfortable in a meeting. I had no idea why. Moody. I can't change you ever have that kind of moodiness where you can't change it?
Yeah.
Like, I wish I don't want to be better, but I'm that kind of energy. And then I rewrote the narrative, and all of a sudden that energy just dissipated.
Right.
By using the thinking map, which is in the book.
Okay. How do you start? You say you went from hating your body to feeling safe and loved in your body. How do you go from that point to the
one extreme to the other?
Yeah, one extreme to the other.
I started with the meditations.
Okay.
Like listening to meditations, and the example I give in The Truth About Trauma is that I was listening to meditations about loving yourself, being kind to yourself, and one day when I was eating dinner, I got up and my stomach growled.
Oh.
So the meditations were helping me get in touch with my body.
Right.
And then I had this growling that
right,
was happening after I was getting up for dinner, but I wasn't hungry. And so then I needed to like say, what's really going on here? And I was having some challenges.
Right.
Which that's the mind patterns.
Right.
And food was a sense of comfort for me.
Oh,
and my
can
body,
you go back to the trauma that you had as a child? Like, what was it as a child that you had happened to you?
I think it was food was comfort. Like when I felt like what happened is that I felt like if something was wrong, I could eat and I'd feel okay.
Right. Oh, the food made you feel better.
Yeah.
And it had nothing to do with being hungry. The food made
No.
you say count your unkind thoughts in a day.
That could be a lot of thoughts.
Yeah, it could be a lot of thoughts. How many times did I think I was not worthy?
But
right?
it's paying attention to them, right? It's paying attention to those thoughts. And if so many times they just come through and we just allow them to come through and even give them attention.
Right.
What if we just stopped and tried to pay attention to how many unkind thoughts came? That way that awareness, it's a body awareness and a mind awareness to interrupt those unkind thoughts.
There are also beliefs that people have, and one is you talk about cooking is hard. Like some people just be like, oh, cooking is hard, forget it. I have a friend who thinks that way, and I think, oh no, if you just gave it some time, spend some time with people who can show you how to cook, you might change it. But its big part is changing the belief system.
changing the belief system, and that may be attached to an experience you had. Like if you were always in the kitchen with mom and mom berated you or dad
Right.
berated you every time you're in the kitchen, well, I don't want to be in the kitchen. So my belief system may be cooking is hard.
Yeah.
But the reality is my experience with cooking was hard,
Yeah.
not cooking.
So open yourself up to new things. Don't always close yourself off. Okay, awesome. We want to tell everyone the book again is titled The Truth About Trauma. Dr. Lisa Collins, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.